All right, we got a special one for you today, guys. This is the 1-year anniversary of Tulsa Tough, and I'm here with Chris Riekert, my teammate. Hey, Chris.
Howdy.
Good to have you back, man. This is almost exactly a year ago, and this is the first night of the 3-day series?
First night.
The Blue Dome Criterium. Tell me about it.
Yeah, I mean, this is like your classic figure 8 crit.
Ooh, there's Matt taking a hotline right
Matt
there.
Coming inside. Yeah, as you'll notice, Matt is a better crit rider than I am, which does come back to what our responsibilities are. We wanted to show you guys this video because it's the anniversary of Tulsa, and it's great to bring up some of this older content. But I think that there's a couple of things that we can talk about with this. So at the beginning of this race, Matt and I got some pretty bad luck on our start. We were lined up in a couple of starting corrals, and we thought we were going to be able to be pulled out onto the course in maybe 20th or 30th wheel. They ended up letting a whole like 50 or 60 riders out in front of us and put us into maybe 100 to 120th position on the course. And Jeff can attest to this. When you've got 120 riders on the course and it's going fast, it gets real strung out. Just like endless line of people. So just because we got bad starts doesn't mean that we are getting away from what our responsibilities are. Matt's a sprinter. My job is to get to the front and to make breakaways happen. And so right here, I'm trying to make my way to the front.
And just in you talking about this, you've probably already made up like 30 spots. Tell me about your line selection, because it's a little bit different than what I usually preach on this channel.
Yeah, I mean, I know that you love the inside line. And I think, for a lot of people that are, comfortable, like really in tight positions, that works. If you can take that inside line, that does mean you're riding the shortest distance, right?
No argument that it's the shortest distance, but like if everybody wants to take that line, it's going to get congested, and it's maybe not the fastest line, even though it's the shortest line.
Totally. I mean, you're going to end up scrubbing the brakes from time to time. So in this, it's the beginning of the race, right? And everybody's going bananas trying to get into the position that they want to be in. And for me, since I'm trying to move up so quick, I found out that the outside line on this course really works for me. By being able to ride through the outside of all these corners, I'm able to keep pedaling. I'm able to keep putting power down. I'm able to keep my heart rate in check. And while everybody starts to bunch up on the inside because they don't want to go all the way to the front, I can just keep pipping spots off on the outside. And that helps me move all the way up. So now we're what? I think we're 2 laps in, and I've already moved up 50, 60 positions.
Easily. And you can see like all through that whole section back there, you were just pinned at like 34 miles an hour. Like your speed didn't slow down through those corners because you were able to pedal through those corners through the faster outside line. Right there, you just made up like 8 wheels, 9 wheels, 10 wheels through that corner, like because of the fact that you're able to keep pedaling on the outside. So sometimes that's the faster line. And I got to commend you for making up all this ground. Like I can already start to see like maybe the front of the race. You still have a lot of work to do though.
Yeah, but like, I mean, that's the goal, right? I set out and I told Matt and the rest of my teammates, I think Andrew Shimizu and Chris Riekert are both here with me. My job for the day was to get to the front to ride a breakaway. And if I just sit in the back and I stay there for the first 45 minutes of the race and a breakaway gets away without me, that doesn't work for our team.
Kind of on you, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
If you got a bad starting position, like that's nobody's fault but yours, right?
Exactly.
So you got to move to the front. If that's your role as a racer, you got to move to the front.
And so here, like, this is an important point. Everybody is now, we're 3-4 laps in, and they're starting to try to bunch up and slow down. You've got to be able to find those lines and pick those little positions where you can make up the most number of spots. And I think right there is like one of the biggest moves I made throughout the entire race. I was able to pick up 40, 50 positions and come right into the front. And look at this. I think I made it.
That's got to be a record. I mean, in this type of a field, to make up like 100 places in like 4 minutes, pretty impressive. Not only do you make up those positions, immediately cover an attack, and you stay on the front for a few laps.
That's my job, right? That's what I'm supposed to do. Anyways, all right, so this was a short one, just 5 minutes, and we want to show you picking your way through the field. When you've got that team meeting and you get out and you make sure that you've got a responsibility for the day, it's your job to cover that. I don't know where he's going, but I think that's a good place to quit.
Bad line. Yeah, maybe this time next year. Hey, thanks for sharing this footage, Chris. Good to have you on, and catch you guys in the next one.